All right, so boom. Welcome back to the Black Caliber Podcast. I'm here with my host,
Alia.
And we're here with...
Hey, it's me, Stormy Pea.
And she's here to tell us how she became a successful podcaster in the industry.
Yes, thank y'all so much for having me. I do want to start by saying I really love your podcast voice. It gives very much sexy songs after 10 p.m.
That's the point.
I love that for you.
So when I ask you to say it later at the end, you got to.
I'm not going to say it. And so here we go.
Crazy. Wow. Right out the gate, though.
Right out the gate.
We're going to have fun this time. All right. So first, tell us who you are.
I'm Stormy Pea from the Chocolate Chip and Sip podcast. I am a content creator, and I have successfully built a well-monetized podcast.
Okay. Right. So, but before we get into all the podcasts and stuff, right? So where are you from?
I'm from Philly.
Philly. Philadelphia.
No, I said Philly.
Philadelphia,
Philly.
Pennsylvania, for all those who don't know.
Philly.
Okay.
For the Philly natives, we know.
I'm not Philly native.
I can tell by the way you said caliber.
Yeah. Ain't no shame in my head. She tries so hard. You coming at me like I said, this is my we brought you on.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Make no mistake about it. Before we go any further, I want to say shout out to my man Tay. He holding us down
Come on,
back
Tay,
there.
you want to get on camera too? Oh, okay.
Behind
All
the camera.
All right. So where'd you go to school?
I went to Community College of Philadelphia, and then after that, I went to the School of Hard Knocks, and then after that, that's it.
Okay. What high school?
I went to Central High School.
Central. I've heard that.
Oh, yeah. Central.
You went to Northeast?
No, oh, no.
Oh, okay. I was about to say the shade of it all. You was doing real good, girl. Real good.
Glad it's not me this time. All right. So, you just decided school wasn't for you?
No. So, like I said earlier, mama likes her coins. So when I got out of high school, I went to community college for a few months, and then I got my CDL. And I've had my CDL for like 13 years. Little known facts. Not a lot of people know about it, but I'm always going to get to the bag.
I'm trying to get to my CDL.
What was your major while you was in school?
Liberal arts.
Liberal arts.
So my problem is I've always been very intelligent. Like my high school is for mentally gifted students. But I also am very aware that entertaining is what I like to do. It's what I love to do. I'd rather be on a stage somewhere. I'd rather be, podcasting, whatever the case may be.
She is very entertaining.
Thank you. That's the nicest thing you said to me all day.
You're welcome.
I might be nice to you.
I hope so.
I'm not.
It is what it is. Y'all two were having a conversation.
Oh, yeah. Do you think that the school atmosphere prepared you to the field that you're in now?
No. Coincidentally, I think it was church.
Church?
I know, right? Hear me out though. Especially if you know like what my podcast is about. You're like, church? No, right? But so at church, I was very involved. I was always speaking. I was praise dancing, and it just got me more comfortable with being in front of people and just being my genuine self. So I think that honestly, that attributes a lot to being able to roll with the punches and talk on the fly, whatever the case may be. So yeah, I think it was church.
Did you mime?
I did mime. How did you know that?
I don't know.
Oh my God! Okay. You was miming too?
Nah.
Missing out.
Yeah. All right. So, just from the conversation and things, were you the class clown?
Some may call it class clown.
You get very much that.
I'm just very comfortable around new people and old people. And we're gonna do class count.
I was gonna say that was a very politician answer.
I'm just comfortable. Want to say class clown.
It's fine, ain't no shame. You feel me? You doing your thing now.
Yeah, thank you. Shout out to all the people who said I wouldn't. It was nobody, honestly. I don't know. That's just what people say. So I just want to throw that in there.
Yeah, I'm
people
not
praying
gonna
for you.
They didn't want me to succeed. They didn't want me to win.
And now we're here.
And now I'm here.
Yeah, I had no haters, so I guess I must not have been doing that good. Like I had no haters.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So how'd you get into podcasting? Like what made you choose podcasting?
Honestly, I was in a relationship for 2 years, and we had a very nasty breakup. And the breakup actually changed my views on relationships. And it allowed me to be self-reflective and see and understand a lot of things that, wasn't really clear to me before. And it really gave me a different mindset on relationships, period. And a lot of people wanted to hear what I had to say, or people were always calling me for advice. So I was like, let's just put this out there and see who else might need to receive this message.
Was it a positive or negative outlook on relationships afterwards?
It was just understanding, because everybody looks at it kind of like how you just said it. It's positive or it's negative. But it's like, no, some of it is just realizing that sometimes it is you. Sometimes you got to sit back and be like, okay, I was drawing. And once I realized that, it was just trying to help people understand that for themselves as well.
I'm so happy you said that.
Thank you.
All right. You have any questions?
So describe your bottom, because everybody has a bottom. So what was your biggest struggles when starting your podcast, and how did you overturn those struggles?
When starting my podcast, the most frustrating part was just not knowing and putting time in and like Googling and YouTubing and asking people questions. But a lot of times people want to be gateholders with information and they don't want to let you know like what's the easiest way to do X, Y, and Z. And it was frustrating because I knew I had something.
Right.
It was just a matter of getting there. And thankfully I stuck it out and we here. And I'm out here with y'all in Black Caliber.
So do you ever like look back at your beginning podcast, like your first episode?
Trash.
And
trash.
I know the cringy moments,
trash.
right?
One more time, trash.
But do you just look back at them and just like admire your growth and compare it to like your what you're doing now?
Yeah, I always say my podcast feels like my second child because just watching from where we started in my living room and where we are now and the things that I'm doing now, and it's just amazing. Like, it's hard to believe it's the same thing. And honestly, just to see how ugly I looked on camera and how willing I was able to just be out here looking a mess and just saying ridiculous things.
Right.
It's growth.
So what are your biggest accomplishments? Like the small milestones that led you to here?
I think that my podcast charted like number 23 in the relationships category on Apple Podcasts. And I was like, oh, things are happening. Yeah. And then it was my first live show sold out. And this was like right after my co-host left. And then doing the Roots Picnic, being on the same stage as $1 Million Worth of Game and Horrible Decisions and Earn Your Leisure, it's like, wow. And then just continuously, I have another show that's Friday in a few days, and we only have 26. Yeah.
What's the name of the show?
It's a live show, so a live podcast.
What's the name?
Chocolate Ship and Sip. I'm sorry. But this venue is 3 times as big as my last venue, and we only have 26 tickets left. And that right there made me feel like, okay, I'm doing the right thing.
Right.
Okay. So
why y'all give me the noisy chair?
They're all noisy.
See, let me tell you something. Let me tell you about how they've been treating me since I got here.
Not y'all,
okay?
but some people.
Some people. A, there were no snacks. Okay. B,
No. There were snacks. We just told you don't eat them. B,
I didn't get offered a bottle of water. No, nothing. Okay. C, I had to set up half the equipment myself.
False.
That's where the lies came.
That's what you started lying.
No, I'm really enjoying myself. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah.
We're glad to have you.
We are.
What was the hesitation?
She said my words, so I think of the next thing. So it's cool though.
Okay.
This one better blow. All right, so what do you think went into you becoming like so successful in general? Like, you feel like it was your personality, your drive? Like, what do you think really prepared you to be as successful as you are?
I think it was a nice little 2-piece. I'm going to say it was half personality, half consistency. December will be my 3rd year that my podcast has been going. And it's been so many podcasts I know that started with me or started along my journey that are not recording right now, that haven't dropped an episode in maybe 6 months or whatever the case may be. So I think it was personality because, people like you, they like you. But I think it's also just giving them something to like on a consistent basis that I thought was cool too.
Oh, okay. So like during your journey, what are some of the moments you're most proud of?
Most proud of, I think my most proud moment is being in Target and having somebody come up to me and say, "Oh, are you Stormy Pea?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." And my son is like, "Her podcast is Chocolate Chip and Sip," and I'm like, "Oh,
the self promo."
Okay, yeah. Thank you, son. So
he was supporting black women.
Unlike some people.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't want to say it.
I brought a black woman onto my podcast
Didn't
and
wanna
have
say
got
it.
nothing but hate for it. I have
wanna
2
put that
black
out
women on my podcast. Currently, I'm outnumbered, and I'm not supporting.
Tay here.
Tay is behind the camera.
Okay, that sounds like a personal problem.
For Tay.
I'm just saying, if we jump you, he going like step up, like he got you. So you're not like completely outnumbered. It's even.
It's even. Okay. Yeah, I didn't expect to hear you say that either. All right. So what are you doing now, like currently? I mean, of course, you're still chocolate chip and sip. But what else?
Chocolate Chip and Sip is every Thursday.
What time?
Well, we go live on YouTube at 9, but we drop an episode every Thursday night, Friday morning. And then we have the live show.
All platforms.
Available on all platforms. We have the live show November 18th at City Winery. And then after that, planning over how I'm taking over the world for 2023.
Take over the world, huh?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You co-sign that, don't you?
Yeah, everything's an end goal.
Everything
And I
is
support black women, so we're taking over the world.
You know
She
what?
just
And I
got to say
appreciate
me.
that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
It's beautiful. I love it here.
You know, people. Support comes in many ways. And, maybe taking over the world isn't the best option, but we'll that's up for grabs right
See,
now.
that's why I'm gonna tell your mom. You just been out here acting crazy.
Oh no,
all
she gonna
day.
see this.
All day.
She gonna see this. Hey, Mom, I love you.
I love you too.
You shouldn't have got rid of Coco.
Who's Coco?
Anyway.
Oh no, this sounds like
That's
a personal
conversation
conversation.
for another day.
Oh man.
This dog.
Oh man. See, because she gets the joke.
Yeah.
All right. So for podcasters, people who want to start podcasts, what do you feel like are the biggest do's and don'ts, like things to look out for?
Don't believe a random email saying that they're going to get you.
I feel like you fell for this because this is the second time you brought this up.
Scammers.
I didn't,
She got
and I
scammed.
didn't. But the further you go, especially when you're starting a bubble, the more they're going to come in.
The scammers.
Yeah, the scammers. Do your research. Don't spend a bunch of money in the beginning because honestly, really all you need is your phone in the beginning. As long as your background doesn't sound like you're in a train station, all you need is your phone in the beginning. Figure out your target audience and make sure your content applies to your target audience. And just be consistent. Like, consistency really goes a long way. And make sure that you are putting out social media clips to go along with your different episodes.
All right. I kind of already know the answer to this question, right? What do you feel like are the biggest metrics to facilitate growth of a podcast?
Like I said, social media.
So what happens if you don't have a lot of followers already on social media?
If you don't have a lot of followers already on social media, that isn't always a factor. Because if you're putting out good content on all of your platforms, not just Instagram, not just Facebook, and not just TikTok, you putting out quality content on all of your platforms, the way the algorithm is set up now, every once in a while you're going to catch somebody and you're going to gain new fans that way. And also making sure that the people who love you are pushing your content as well. But make sure you're making quality content that your family and your friends are going to want to push. Like, if it's trash, they're not going to want to push it. So make sure you're putting your best effort into it and you're being consistent with it.
Yeah, we finally got a cameraman now, so we on the up and up.
Up and up.
It's hopefully no more blurry faces.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That was actually a problem for me in the beginning. So I actually was using 2 cameras. And like, literally, one camera would look like it was daytime and the other camera would look like it was nighttime. Like, lighting was trash for me in the beginning. The blurry faces was a lot for me in the beginning. So in a way to kind of cheat that, when I was making my social media clips, I would start putting GIFs in instead of using the actual footage from the camera. Like, if it was really, really bad, just add in like a GIF of something that was going on at the time. And it was a way to get around it.
Okay. Yeah, because for us, it would just be like, it would be a solid like 5-minute gap where it's like there's no video. So I just have to make a blurry thing and, you know.
Start using like, you know, clips from like GIFs and stuff.
Yeah, but 5 minutes worth of GIFs?
Well, you don't need a 5-minute clip anyway.
Yeah. No, I mean just like in the actual video. Oh. Yeah. But we got a cameraman now. That's what Tay here for.
Come on, Tay.
That's my guy.
Yes, Tay.
He's so excited right now, guys. I really wish you could see it. The excitement and joy is
That's
overwhelming,
crazy.
honestly.
It's crazy.
#Black Boy Joy.
Yes.
It's amazing. I love it.
All right. So for somebody starting out, what would you say like should be the most you should spend on like an investment towards the podcast?
I wouldn't put a number on it.
Well, I mean, I have to think.
Everybody's pockets are different. So if that's not within your realm, I wouldn't put a number on it. But I will say make sure you're investing in the right things. Like, if you're in a situation where your background does sound like, you know, you're in a train station, you might have to look into getting a camera and honestly recording in your closet for a little bit. Like, a lot of people don't know that, like, acoustics make a difference. And it can't always be a bathroom because then it's going to sound like you're in an opera house. Sometimes just spending like, you know. And you
Was that you opera singing?
It was something.
It's something.
So.
Yeah.
Talk about hate. Like, y'all not going to support me in my opera dream?
So you don't have to jump out the window and get a $200 mic right off the back. I never suggest that. Go on Amazon and get, you know, a Jetty or a Snowball or something like that, $40. And, you know, just hook it up and get it done in your closet.
Get it done in your closet.
Straight out the closet.
Straight out the closet.
Straight out the closet.
That's a new podcast. Somebody's going to start that. Straight out the closet.
Yeah,
Probably
not me though.
Maybe
Might
not.
have-
Yeah,
maybe,
not me though.
Yeah, points were made.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
Cool.
I know earlier you said that people have to stay consistent and put out quality work. So for people out there that put out quality work but aren't getting engagement and followers or clicks, what advice would you give them? Because I know earlier at our event you quoted, "No one cares, go harder."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
can you touch on that for the people that's watching?
So, for a long time, there was a period where I realized I was being a hater a little bit, and I was jealous of people who I felt like didn't deserve the accolades they were getting because my content was better.
I'm a hater.
I was putting out stuff.
He admitted it. We got it on camera.
No shame in my
Clip that
game.
myself.
I'm a hater. It's fine though. It's fine though. I don't let it stop me. I'm supportive too.
Yeah, and I had to, you know, have an honest conversation with myself and tell myself, you're being a hater. And it's like, if these people are getting stuff that you feel that you work, that you want, and you feel like you deserve, nobody cares, work harder, right? So...
They probably putting in more than you think.
Or they got hookups, because that's also another thing. Like, sometimes the connect is all you need. And realizing that is another reason why I said nobody cares, works harder, right? So I feel like if you're putting out consistent content and you feel like you're not getting the results that you want, especially if we're talking about social media, we have to adjust the way we're marketing and adjust the content that we're putting out. So I always tell people, you know, make sure your time frame is within whatever algorithm they're pushing right now. I always tell people, make sure the clips that you put out are engage worthy. Like, I want to watch this clip and say, oh no, that's not real. This is how I feel about that.
Right.
Or make sure, you know, in your caption, you're asking people, is this, you know, what's the best way to, you know, the questions help people like engage more. And then the biggest things that help your algorithm are saves and shares. So you want to put
Save
stuff,
and share.
yeah. So you want to like make stuff to be like, yo, remember that time you did this? Look at this clip, you know, or you want to be like, oh, I'm gonna say that for later. I want that. So those are the things that I would say, like, you might want to start paying attention to if you're not getting the response that you want.
Right.
All right. So before, or maybe like when you first start out, like what do you think the average behind the scenes looks like for a podcast? Hopefully like mine.
Honestly, you are further along than what you think, because mine started with me in footy pajamas on my living room floor. So
That sounds very comfortable.
So you having like your soundboard already, and you understand like, you know, you already have your visual set up. Like, these are things that honestly it took me a long time to get to. So the fact that you're already here and you're like, okay, well, this is what I need to do. Like, you're very much further than what you think, for sure.
Yeah, but that random noise is gonna make me angry.
It's okay. We're going to figure it out. I think it might be a wire issue, but
yeah, ain't nothing I can do about that.
Yeah, see. So look.
All right. So before, she's getting worse
It's
because
okay.
we talk about it.
It's okay.
But,
It hears you talking about it.
yeah, like, come on, Dan. So it's like, all right. So before you walk in to make your podcast, how much pre-planning do you really do?
Throughout the week, I write
You
down.
just free balling.
No.
Oh, wow.
I can always tell when I'm like the difference in the episodes when I'm just freestyling and when I actually plan it.
Me too.
But nobody's ever been able to be like, you ain't had nothing written down for this one, did you? So it's like, I don't know if like, are we able to tell because it's ours and like the quality is different, or if other people can tell too, like, sis, what you was talking about.
Yeah.
But I write down things throughout the week. And also a segment of my show is where fans are able to ask me questions too, so that helps as well. So basically, day of, I go through my notes, and then I basically create transitions between all the points that I want to make. So when I get to the show, I make my point, hit transition, go to the next point, and then at the end, I wrap up with what my fans want to ask me.
Yeah, I can just tell by like the quality of my questions. Like when I'm free balling, it's just like, yeah, tell me about that.
Yeah. Feeding off of them.
Elaborate.
Yeah, what do you? Yeah, you said this when we walked over here. How do you feel about that? Compared to now.
Mine's always goes into random stories about my son. Like,
Your son.
especially if they're not funny. It's like, what are we doing here? Why are we? Okay, all right, cool. Oh, you heard my chair? Is that what you was doing? The loud chair that you gave me? Okay.
I feel like I was talking a lot,
thought
so
you
I
was-
was giving other people the opportunity to talk.
My chair?
No, it's not.
Oh,
I
okay,
see
sorry.
it's not going to
Sorry.
happen. All right,
Not
see,
the
I
chair.
got notes this time too, right? Yeah. But all right. So, at what place do you feel like you should really start to focus on monetization? That's a lot of air.
I think there are certain platforms and certain programs set up to where you can start focusing on monetization. I take the back. Let's start over. I don't think there's a point where you have to start thinking about monetization, because there are certain apps and programs where as soon as you start, like Anchor, they'll give you opportunities to make money. Now, it's not as much money as you might make once you get 10,000 downloads a week, but it is something to help out with, maybe you need some extra funds and saving up for that mic, or maybe you do need some extra funds and saving up for that studio time. It's going to be a lot easier the more listeners and the more fans that you have, but there's always opportunities to do the little things along the way, especially if you know what your target audience is. So you can go to a company, say you're doing a podcast on artsy stuff, arts and crafts, Etsy, whatever the case may be, right? So you might have maybe 8,000 followers on any social media platform, maybe only get 1,000 downloads a week. But you can go to companies like Michael's or Elmer's or things like that specialize in arts and crafts and say, hey, listen, I can be a micro influencer. So yeah, my following is smaller, but it's concentrated. All of these people are here for this, and they'll be more willing to work with you and more willing to set up different programs and stuff.
What platform would you say was easier to monetize your work on?
Easiest how, before I answer?
Easiest as far as
The process?
the requirements per se, maybe.
The requirements per se, Anchor, but the money ain't there. And after that, I would say Spreaker is also pretty good. But as far as guidelines and restrictions and what I can say or what I can't say, I'll say Facebook is the easiest.
Facebook. So which platform would you say you benefited the most by monetizing your work?
Facebook.
Facebook
For sure.
It's not for the aunties. It's not for the aunties.
It's not for the aunties, y'all. Facebook ain't for the aunties. It ain't for the aunties. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Everybody keep looking at me. It's almost like I'm the host or something.
Oh my God.
So like, let's say in your first year, what do you think was like the most amount of money you made? As a figure, I'm just saying, like as a goal. That's why I ain't asked now. I ain't tapping your pocket. I'm just saying.
As a figure, it was a bad joint. You know what?
Realistic.
Coincidentally, my first year, a majority of my money came from Patreon, and I think I forgot to mention that earlier when we were talking.
I know that.
But Patreon is basically a subscription service. So your listeners can pay extra amounts of money, and they're like different tiers, and they'll get different things. And these can be things that you set up. So it's like you might pay $3 and get one extra episode a month. Or you might pay $10 a month and get, a free piece of merch once every 3 months, or whatever the case may be. So
I'm gonna be on OnlyFans. You gonna get a free subscription to one. I'm joking.
Okay, if that's what you're into.
Mom, I'm not supporting that. I'm
What
not.
you mean? It's gonna
You
be
just said your mom was gonna
I
watch
never
this.
said I'm not
It's
supporting
gonna be
that.
OnlyFans of Black Caliber.
But
I don't know. Yeah, y'all are the problem.
what's what you gonna put on your OnlyFans, bud?
Yeah,
Clips like this.
I don't think people use OnlyFans for that
You can
type
use
of
OnlyFans
content.
for whatever you want.
Or you could use Patreon, which is what
No,
lot
but the
of
Patreon's gonna be a subscription to my OnlyFans. Yeah.
is it just gonna be you like talking like seductively while you plug in wires to the microphone, or like what?
I mean, we don't
That
kink
sounds-
shame. If
Yeah.
that's what you're into.
Nah, this might be ASMR. Just
I don't like that. Don't like
They
that.
have no spice to it.
Don't like that. You touch that thing like you was petting a cat. I don't like that. Don't like that at all. Not for me. Not for me.
man. Yeah, we definitely got clips this time. For sure. I ain't gonna have to look too far. You made it real easy.
Cool. That's what I wanted to do.
Oh man.
That's hilarious.
What were we talking about?
Not gonna lie, I don't know. I don't remember the last question. Somehow we went left.
Wasn't you? I don't know. I don't remember. I mean, I can ask the next question. That ain't no problem.
That ain't no problem.
How did you build your fan base? And like, how did you figure out your target audience and what they liked? Target. I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
You've been checking her
all
enunciation all day.
Like, I'm from Philly. You from Baltimore, so school
Yeah.
systems is different.
I should have known.
You're from the South.
I should have known.
So Southern twang to your accent. That don't have.
That's fine. Amen.
Hey man, I'm sorry,
trying
baby.
to show.
Ask
I'm
that
trying
one
to
more
show us.
time.
I'm trying to show us as being astute. That's all. I'm clearly joking.
I was gonna say
She got so mad.
with the Black Caliber OnlyFans.
Yeah, the Black Caliber OnlyFans.
That horrible ASMR.
Yeah, you knew she was gonna bring that back up.
Hey, no shame at my gay.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Ask me again.
How did you find out what your target audience is, and how did you basically figure out what they liked?
So some of it is insights and statistics and stuff like that, but also, no, I'm gonna just say it's that. So as far as like my demographics and things like that, I can see like this area is really popular. This age group is really popular. The breakdown between men and women, which episodes do better. If we're talking about social media clips, which ones get more engagement, which ones get shared more. So once I took the time to tap in and say, these types do more numbers than the rest of them.
Right.
That's the type of content or those type of people that I want to keep appealing to.
What was most shocking when you analyzed your target audience? Age group.
I didn't expect it to be racially diverse.
Oh.
I didn't expect that at all. I also didn't expect it to be so split down the middle for men and women because in the beginning, the modern day female perspective is my tagline. But the fact that so many men were tapping in and that the demographic was so split down the middle, I think it's also because the modern day female perspective isn't as geared towards, I won't say geared towards, but it's honestly more understanding, and it's not the woman is always right. It's a difference.
Okay. So how did you start to step outside of just podcasting into like other forms of monetization?
Well, like I said before, mama loves a coin. Okay. Mama gonna get the coin, mama gonna find the coin, all of the above. So chasing that bag. So I think that once I had figured out how to do it with podcasting, it was just a matter of brainstorming of, well, what are other things that I can branch out into, or what are other things that I can potentially sell, or that my audience would be interested in. And honestly, from there, more opportunities began to come. And eventually it went into, hosting, it went into the live show, it went into merchandise, it went into, acting gigs. Like, all of it just really trickled down from where's the next bag, honestly.
I like that.
Investing back into yourself.
So when you stepped out, did you notice a difference? Like when you stepped out into product placement, the collabs and all those things, did you notice a change in your viewer base and your fan base? Or was it the same, or did they have reactions to it? Because, I know some people don't like changes with their...
No, I think that even as I step out and do different things, I'm still going to be me. So what I bring to the table is still going to attract a certain type of person. So even though their skin might be a different color or their sex might be different, it's still that same core value of like, that's her. That's who I want to support. I don't know why you touch yourself like that.
I'm glad that you saw that, because I was like, was I the only person that witnessed that?
She said,
I'm uncomfortable.
She said other skin. I was just like, yeah, like skin, you feel me?
I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Y'all make everything weird.
You did the way you just did this.
It's fine. You know what's crazy?
Up here fondling yourself.
Nobody fondled anything. First off, that's not making the final cut.
You better put it in there, or I will spam every single thing that I say.
You're gonna spam.
I'm gonna report it as hate crime. Everything.
What? I you gonna report me for a hate crime against us?
Everything is hate speech.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna be right there with her.
And I'm gonna flag hers back.
Wow.
Me and all my hoodlum friends, like y'all called me off camera.
Off.
Yeah. You were in the room yet.
I just want to say the amount of disrespect that
The
you
amount
have
of disrespect.
certain people in this room throughout the course of the day. I know your mama didn't raise you like this. I know she did.
Stop. She's really gonna believe I was this bad. Please stop.
Yes.
She's
Mom, if you're watching,
she's gonna call me like, why were you disrespecting them girls?
Yes.
It's like, I promise
we're not feeling the
didn't.
love from our black king right now.
And you know what, Mom? I know you
I'm a
didn't
black
raise him
kid.
like that. I know you did.
I have been so nice and polite to these women.
These women.
These women?
That tone.
These queens.
What
Is
about
that
Tay?
What you mean?
You called Tay
Wow.
What you mean? Tay cool. It's fine. He said, that's an army man right there. Protecting America. Protecting America. Serving our country. My type of person. Love
Happy
you, Tay.
Veterans Day.
It's Veterans Day?
No, but it was a few days ago.
Oh, it was Happy Veterans Day.
I don't know. I don't have my calendar on my phone. But happy Veterans Day.
It sounds like you said Valentine's Day. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. It definitely came out a little Valentine's
And you talking
Day.
about me pronouncing caliber?
Yeah, you still said it wrong.
I don't see what's wrong with the
I
way
don't
she said
say
She
it.
says it like cauliflower.
It's cauliflower.
Cauliflower?
Not say caliber.
Caliber.
All right, anyway.
Okay.
If y'all ain't pick it up, it's fine. Just
Insert
the
crickets
beginning.
here.
Yeah.
You know I edit this, right?
Oh, okay.
So you
that
know,
makes
I
it
can-
even better.
So that means I can flip everything against y'all if I want. You know
So
that,
you're
right?
just gonna edit us in bad light, like reality TV?
I mean, I can if I want to.
Okay, Mona Scott. Go ahead.
I don't know who that is.
Love and
Shame.
hip hop.
Shame.
I don't have
Shame.
cable. I watch YouTube
Shame.
and Chocolate Sip and Paint podcast.
What's the name of it one more time?
Chocolate.
You said chocolate
chip and sip.
He said chocolate chip and paint. Chocolate chip and paint. Chocolate sip and paint is actually what you said.
It's called
chocolate sip and paint.
It's called an accident. Yeah, you know, which means it wasn't meant to happen.
Oh,
but I bet you're gonna edit that out.
Nah, I mean, I'm not perfect. We all make accidents.
Cool.
All right. So, we don't gotta talk about the content, right? But just from the standpoint of our podcast, what would you rate it as a professional podcaster?
With or without Tay?
Definitely.
I would like to include Tay because his
Tay.
role is significant.
It
You know,
is.
we gotta have somebody behind the camera.
I told him come on the video. He didn't want to.
Okay.
You want to come talking to Mike Tay?
Okay.
Act like I mistreat you, like I'm Ellen or something.
But see, and that's what I was going to say, because if we're talking about how you treat your employees here and how you treat your coworkers,
It's giving Ellen, Black Ellen.
I'm Black Ellen.
Black Ellen.
Oh man.
I've been so nice to all of y'all. Y'all just made everything I said so mean.
It sounds like Ellen. You know, I've been taking accountability for your actions.
Accountability.
How long has your podcast been out?
About a month.
About a month. And
this is episode 6.
Okay. And what do majority of your episodes, you know, what's your content about? What's your podcast
It's
about?
usually interviews with people who are trying to further the Black community.
Okay.
So, and just, you know, how to help other people who may not be in the situation in college or here to meet Stormy Pea in person. And also showcase a lot of the good things and positive things that we have going on here at Lincoln. And a lot of the connections and things you can get just by attending the school.
Okay. So what's one thing other than the events going on at the school that your podcast brings that someone wouldn't be able to get from a similar podcast at a different school?
Can you ask that again? I'm sorry.
So what's
I was
Now you're being interviewed.
what's something that your podcast brings that someone wouldn't be able to get or hear from a podcast at a different school? Like, say, what's something that people would be able to get from your podcast that they wouldn't be able to get from a podcast from, let's say, Cheney?
Stormy Pea. But to be honest, from a different school, it was just, I mean, I haven't seen any other schools do it. 1. 2, it was just, like I said, I wanted to show positivity and things like that. Also, it's not meant for just people in college. It's meant for anybody who can do it, because these are connections, 1, and these are also ideas and ways that people can help you in ways to help yourself almost, which is ultimately the end goal. So, I mean, is there anything stopping somebody from copying my whole flow?
Bar for bar.
Yeah, no.
Bar is crazy.
But, you know, I did it first, and hopefully I can continue to do it better.
Okay. Now, where do you see your podcast in 4 years?
My podcast in 4 years.
A lot of people like to do 5. I want to spice it up with 4.
You know, in 4 years, a little farther than yours is right now.
Okay. Now, what do you mean by that?
You know, so, you know, ranked, you know, the name comes up in conversation when you talk about podcasts. And just like known and actually be able to see, oh, this actually did help people.
Okay. Now, what's one thing, as soon as it happens to you or to the podcast, it's like, oh yeah, I made it?
Once you start hating, because it's kind of hard to hate on this.
Okay.
Like we here to help you. So if you want to hate, like, you just a hater.
Okay.
And I'm a hater, so I can't even hate on this personally. If I was watching this and it wasn't mine, I don't think I could have anything negative to say.
Haters recognize haters. Haters recognize haters.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I recognize you too.
Oh, I'm nice.
See, every time.
Nah.
happening
Because
here?
we be in that office. She's a hater. It's fine though. She undercover hater.
Hater.
It's fine though. Yes.
I don't talk to people.
You talk to me. And it's
I
never
talk to
nice.
you because it's like,
Name one compliment you gave me since you met me.
name one compliment you gave me since you met me.
I like your hair.
You just gave it to me now.
Nah, I told you I liked your hair earlier today.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Ah, see, but I said it.
But if you meant it, you would have said it loud.
So everybody can hear it.
Are you making rules for compliments now?
I'm just saying.
Did you want me cat call you? Hey, Shorty! I like your hair.
Please don't.
Exactly.
I grew up in Philly. Don't. That's like
Yes,
PTSD cat calling.
Exactly. And I told you Moon was cute. And I wanted one of her puppies.
Oh, not you misgendering my dog.
It's called a accident.
No, you can't. Not in this day and age.
And
She go by she, her pronouns.
And I corrected myself. Like,
You having a lot of accidents.
ain't it's called an accident. Am I supposed to be perfect?
I'm
just saying, if it's the black caliber.
I'm
just saying.
Okay, you gotta say it sexy.
No. Ew, gross. Okay, so my ranking for today's show. I really wish I would have had an opportunity to listen to your other episodes, so I would have been able to give more insight.
They're out. Somebody just didn't promote them. It's fine though.
Names won't be spoken, but you know who you are.
Samuel L. Williams.
whole name.
But from what I experienced today, like I said, you're way further than what I was episode 6. You had a nice, set of questions laid out. You were prepared. You were very courteous. You were very professional off camera. But
I was professional. I was professional on camera. We just had to make it fun.
I enjoyed myself. I would definitely come back. I'm definitely a resource. If you need any insights or any help with anything, definitely hit me up after this and let me know. I'm more than happy to help.
Okay. How was it? What was it like for your first episode being on the Black Caliber?
Oh, my first episode?
Yes.
I'm waiting for my heart to go back to its normal beating pattern. And my hands, I've been wiping my hands. Like, I probably have a puddle on my jeans.
Actually, that's a great question. So how did you feel you got comfortable on camera? Because, not everybody's just like, boom.
I have been doing
to help my co-host.
YouTube.
I have YouTube. Like, if we were just talking and I was talking to a camera, this would be different. But because I'm talking to a mic and then I don't know.
Talking to a camera and you're talking to her, like, were you nervous earlier when we were just talking normally before the camera was on?
That's a good question.
I really was. I was.
You need a hug.
Oh, I don't need
Not from you.
I don't.
I wasn't gonna hug her anyway. I was gonna say Stormy is right here for me.
Not from you. I got you, girl. But not from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
But I feel like just like talking while we were setting up definitely opened me up a little bit, and then cracking jokes definitely. Seeing because you convince yourself. It was fun.
At least you admitted what it was.
I mean, I wouldn't say antagonizing. It was just like calling you out.
On what?
On like some of the stuff that probably Tay or somebody else wouldn't call you out on. Because this is episode 6 and you still doing it?
I'm still doing what?
Stuff you was doing off camera.
What was I doing? Okay.
Sabotaging my mic.
I did not sabotage
about that, girl.
Yeah. And then you said I was talking.
I set the mic up, and then I said, "Oh, it's not. Can you do this?" So if I sabotage your mic, I would have just let it be messed up. I wanted the best for you.
Did you?
Yes. That's why I told you speak louder so you sounded better. There was no sabotage. Now that's sabotage right there. We not.
I think I would like to call her that. Karma. Karma.
You on this episode too, right?
Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah. It's a we thing now, so.
Yeah.
do you have a different co-host every episode?
No. Usually it's either me, Kyra Page, and right now it is. I'd rather let you say your name.
Alia, it's not that hard to say.
Full name.
Alia Prophet.
Okay, I made a lot of accidents. I didn't want to. It's a respect thing.
I'm glad you're finally learning.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. Well, can I get you to say this is the Black Caliber podcast?
Like a drop, or just this is the Black Caliber podcast?
I just want you to say it at the end. Say it real sexy, like please.
Okay.
This is the Black Caliber.
I don't know. I knew that was coming.
Can I please get you to say it seriously?
Fine. This is the Black Caliber podcast.
That's going on the OnlyFans. All right.
Oh my God.
This again. Right? Because, right. So I'm going to have to cut that. I'm going to move it. But it's fine. I got it.
You ain't going to clap?
Nah. It's the same audio recording. Yeah. So, is there anything you would like to plug?
Wow. Okay.
I was just going to put it in the description and put it on screen. But,
When's this drop?
when does this drop? Let's see.
Probably Friday.
Two Fridays.
2 Fridays. Okay. Well, thank you so much again for having me. I really enjoyed my time here. You guys can follow me on the gram at Stormy Pea, P-E-A, at Chocolate Chip and Sip. And make sure you guys tune into the Chocolate Chip and Sip podcast. It is available on all platforms. And make sure you guys support. Follow me everywhere you stalk your exes. And yeah, that's it.
That was follow me everywhere you stalk your exes.
That was realistic. A lot of people should relate to that.
Well, Aaliyah, would you like to plug yourself in case you decide not to come back?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. She got multiple reasons. I just want to put that out there.
I have a file now. I'm about to just like send this to HR and just
I'm HR.
I'm your witness.
Oh, are you HR?
Yeah, I'm HR.
Call corporate.
That's what I was saying. Who do you go? That's higher than
corporate.
HR. You can follow me on Instagram at Aliyah Yamani.
You want to spell that?
Oh, spell ALIYYAHYAMANIY.
Yeah, I would have spelled that all the way wrong, so I'm glad you spelled it. All right.
And what about
y'all
you?
already know where to
Oh yeah,
follow me.
Tay. We gotta shout Tay
do
behind
you.
the camera. Just because he the cameraman don't mean he don't play a significant role.
act
Hey,
like
I've been trying to give you your props all
He act
episode.
like he can't
Yes.
get. I've told him to come up here so many times.
It's the principality.
All right,
Shout
Tay.
Tay out.
All right, Tay. Is there anything you would like to plug?
No.
No, really, say it. Like,
Thank you all for coming and stuff. You can follow me on Instagram, Taywick, TAYYWICKK. Also, shop merchandise. The link is in my bio.
Click the link in his bio.
please do support Tay World. Oh God, that was loud. Please support Tay World. That's my guy. Even though he's been mugging me behind the camera for some reason.
There have been multiple reasons.
I literally said one thing to Tay. Oh, this is all the way up. That's why I said that. Yeah, sorry. Anyway, we already got you to say it. So this is the Black Caliber Podcast. Distinction at its finest. We're out again. Peace.
Not we're out again.